And we are back in the Sweet Swine Test Kitchen Studios, powered by Sweet Swine of Mine, of course. What are we doing today, man?
Well, there ain't much more old school than a little yard pimp. And we got to have something to chew on tonight.
Yeah.
We're post-mortem on Memphis and May.
Kind of shaking it off a little bit.
Yeah, and we're gonna need something to chew on. So our good friends, the Sherin Foods, came by here.
Yeah.
And they brought their sauces and rubs for us to try, and they talked about how good it was. And they brought this new white sauce.
Yeah.
This it's a take on Alabama white sauce, but this is a Mississippi company. And to me, it's probably the best white sauce out of the bottle. Now, I've had some better recipes that I made.
Yeah.
As far as a sauce out of the bottle, this white sauce is incredible.
Pretty good, huh?
They talked about how good it was, and we tasted it with some. What we had that day? I guess we had some fish.
Yeah.
They brought it in, and so we said, well, we're going to make a little spatchcock chicken on a rib box, and we're going to use a little of their seasoning, and have something to chew on while when we wrap the show up. So, if y'all had never spatchcocked a chicken, this is a little Springer Mountain Farms bird, 3.5 pounds, neighborhood 4 pounds. If you've never done it, look, you can set it up like this and put a beer can up his butt, but I'm gonna tell you that the beer makes it cook worse.
Yeah.
It makes it stand up, but it really it keeps it from cooking properly, cooking evenly, and cooking fast. So, cooking chicken a long time, it'll dry out. We found the best way to cook chicken is hot and fast and spatchcock. If you wonder what spatchcock is, all that means is you're going to lay it on its breast, and you're going to cut the backbone out of it, flip it over, and flatten it out so that the breast and the legs and the thighs are all done at the same time. So if you cook it the other way, then one of them's going to be underdone, one of them's going to be overdone, right?
Yeah.
So I like the breast at 160 to 163, and the legs and thighs neighborhood of 178, somewhere in there. And if you cook it whole, they just don't do that. Yeah. The legs and thighs are under by the time the breast is done. So,
and this is just an empty cavity here.
Yeah.
And so
airspace.
It's just airspace. So why not take that out, flatten that dude out, get you some more crispy areas?
Because as this cooks and juice collects in that, if you cook it any way but standing up, then it slows down the cooking process.
That's right. That's right.
So all you do, take you some shears. You can do it with a knife if you want. And you just go in here and start down the backbone side of this guy and just clip the backbone out down one side. Easy.
But make sure you got you some good scissors.
Make some good scissors.
Some good kitchen shears.
And you're just going to start right here at the buttocks.
Yeah.
And you're going to go down to the neck.
Then you're going to go down
to spin it around, and I'm going to go on the neck on this side, and I'm just going to go down the other side.
Joe Wilson says, I'm making reindeer and glacier shrimp gumbo, boys.
He's in Alaska, y'all.
It's a bit cool here in the 49th state.
I bet it is. But I bet he wouldn't rather want to be just about anywhere else.
I bet he's having a good time. Well, it's hot here in the Mississippi. So I couldn't remember what state we were in.
Joe, did you win your wrestling match this go round or no?
I don't know. Did you watch those videos?
Did he do a thumb wrestling video?
They did like some kind of ear wrestling.
Ear wrestling, that was
and nose wrestling with this string. They called it Eskimo Olympics.
That's right.
Or something.
They did it last go round.
So y'all go follow Joe Wilson and watch this Eskimo Olympics. And Sherin Sauce. These are some good friends of mine. Kathy Joe and Zane Alford. They live around Enid, Batesville area, and they've got some really good products. Their original sauce is right here, and then this is their spicy version of that. Then this is their new product, their white sauce, and they also have a Sherin rub. And that's all we're gonna put on this chicken tonight.
We got a little olive oil, and this is from the Robust Olive. It's Herb de Provence, which is kind of the same thing that we're gonna set our chicken on, which is sage, rosemary, thyme, scallions, and some garlic chives. That's what's on our little nest. We'll show y'all once we get it on there. But
hey, and I'm gonna tell you what, if you order online this week with Mark right here at Sweet Swine of Mine, ssomd.com, put in the promo code OldSchool15 and you'll get 15% off of any Sherin product. So the rub, and all the sauces.
And we'll get that up. We'll get that discount code live right after the show, y'all. So if you look right now, it's not live.
It's not going to be on there,
but it will.
Give us a minute, and that'll run for all week. So till next week's show. So y'all get out there and support Sherin Sauce. You won't find two better people on this earth. It's hard to than Zane and Kathy Joe Alford. I'm telling you, they are good folks.
So this recipe, y'all, is real simple. You spatchcock your chicken just like we showed you. Then you're going to go and dry it off.
Yeah.
So your skin browns right.
That's right.
If you've got water, it's not going to brown right. Next thing you do is go in with a coat of oil of your choice. I just like these flavored oils from Robust. And then we're going to go in with some of this Sherin rub. And we're not going to put a ton because we don't want it to burn. We don't want it to get too dark, or we don't want it to have an off taste. It's going to be cooked hot and fast. We're going to put that coat of it on there. We're going to press it, make sure it's got some, it's sticking to the oil. And then we're going to come over here, y'all.
Man, you laying it on the garden bed right there, aren't you?
We got the bird and we got the nest.
That's right. Little bird nest, huh?
There's our nest, y'all.
You see that? And that's just grown right out here in front, ain't it?
Right out here in front. Just right outside the
Just right outside the darn door out there.
Now then, guys, all we're gonna do is we're gonna take this bird, lay it right on our nest.
And you already put the neck in there and stuff.
Oh, we got the giblets and the neck.
Just to season things up right.
Well, I hate to throw that out. We can use that in chicken stock or something.
That's good.
Ain't no sense in throwing it out.
Throwing away. God gave it to us.
That's right.
So might as well keep it, by God.
So, in the red box, it's got 7 B&B char logs up in it, and we got the Flame Boss running on our phone, and it's telling us that sucker's 400. We know it ain't 700 degrees. There we go.
362.
362 degrees.
Yeah.
And it's going to cook about 45 minutes or so.
That's right.
We're going to go and get it in
there. So at the end of the show, we're going to break out this chicken. We're going to break it down on the cutting board and pour us some Sherin Sauce White on it and have us some chicken to eat. Now, we are going to, Kevin, it was great to meet you too. Kevin said it was great to meet you at Memphis in May. We're going to talk about Memphis in May a little bit, do a little recap. Can't help but, pretty big week for us and some friends of ours, and we got some of those friends here. The number 2 team in the world in whole hog is here to join us.
What once was the number 1 team.
That's right.
The year before.
The reigning champions
come back
and pull off number 2 by mere points, right?
That's right.
Fractions. And they were going against some pretty big hitters. They went into the finals with Melissa Cookston and Jack's Old South with Myron Mixon. And the way it laid out was Melissa Cookston came in 3rd. Our boys from Hometown Barbecue came in 2nd. And Myron Mixon came in 1st and took grand overall.
And in this situation, boys and girls.
I'm sorry. My boys and girls. I didn't mean to say that.
No, I know you didn't, but it's just, you ain't got a lot of girls in this deal all the time. So this time we do.
Tracy said he enjoyed watching Mark's last on-site judging. So he saw us from the outside. Tracy came and hung out with us a little bit. Tracy Smith, and just good dude there. And remember, use Old School 15 and get all that Sherin sauce if you order this week. But we got to put the code up after the show. Man, who was at Memphis in May? We had some good friends with the Mexican barbecue team.
These people right here, it's
SMP.
Sociedad Mexicano Parrilleros.
You can say that again.
Sociedad Mexicano Parrilleros.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what that means, that would be the Mexican Grilling Society.
Yeah. So they use words different than we do. Kind of. And what is their, they have a phrase they kind of have on all their shirts, and what does that mean?
It is their moniker they live by, and it's El Fuego Nos Une, which is the fire unites us and makes us one.
Man,
that's strong words.
Man. That is
strong words.
And really, we were all having a good time together. We didn't know, look, borders didn't divide us. There was, you know, didn't know of anybody who voted for who, religions,
Didn't
whatever.
care.
Didn't care. Just people loving each other and having a good time.
Those guys I met in 2015 at Memphis in May, just by chance. The operations manager at Memphis May put me together with them to sort of just help them through their first Memphis in May.
Yeah.
Who, what, where, why, when, where to go, how to do. You just help them along, make it easier.
Yeah.
And we talked via Zoom and telephone a bunch. And then when they got here, I kind of felt like I halfway knew them. And we just hit it off. And instantly they invited me to come to Mexico and be a part of their grill master competition and inducted me into their fire master society.
Did you have to walk across hot coals for that? Or?
Yeah, I had to walk amongst them. I can tell you that.
That sounded like some kind of ritual or something, you know.
So anyway, they're brothers and sisters of mine. They're some of the best chefs that I've ever met anywhere.
Yeah.
And that cook anything in the world. I'm talking about from Italian to cabrito, which is baby goat.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things they're known for in northern Mexico. But they make the best salsas and some of the best food anywhere. The
tacos were out of bounds. I mean, Taco Juan.
Yeah.
I have to say Taco Juan. If you don't know what Taco Juan was, that was just pork belly and some pickled onions and the greatest salsa you've ever had in your life.
A little green salsa. Now, their taco pork belly is smoked with a coffee rub, and it's braised in Coca-Cola.
So,
and it's legit.
Yeah, it didn't really matter what it was braised in. It was good.
So they have this, like I said, they're all about hospitality, making friends, and sharing, and cooking, and having a community of grilling, and everybody enjoying it.
You could tell they wasn't just putting on. That was the way they lived.
That's the way they live.
That's their life. Dancing, cooking, and seeing other people enjoy themselves around them.
Yeah, and watching their expressions when they eat taco wine.
Yeah. Because they were like, look at big boy, look, enjoying that, you know. So we did enjoy ourselves, and you had a proud papa moment, I would say, when those guys from Mexico, guys and gals, I keep saying that, guys and gals from Mexico came in second in shoulder division.
Yep, we've been helping them along. They did whole hog a couple of years, and they've done shoulder a few years now, and been helping them along, and they've learned a lot. We've had my friend Rick Surrett. From New Hampshire. He's kind of helped them and mentored them. Patrick Manx helped them and mentored them one year. You know, everyone's kind of, Chris Lilly come by and give them words of wisdom.
Man, that was a pep talk. I was about ready to run through a tent. You know what I'm saying? Hold some charcoal in my hand after Lilly talked to him.
And then you got, not only that, we made friends with, I've known the Pitmaker guys, Julio Victor,
Jorge, the guys from Houston.
Yeah, I've known them for quite a few years, and I introduced them. They were looking for a pit, so I introduced them to them, and they made friends. Next thing you know, they're in Monterrey for the Grill Master, and now they come up and bring the rig for the Mexicans to cook on, and
they were all just one happy team and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
they came a long way. But look, the Pitmaker boys, they know what's up.
Yeah,
they came in like first year ever at Memphis, Maine, got second ribs.
Yeah,
they know what's up. So they were a big help. And generally, the community in general was a huge help in helping lift them up and make them feel at home. And they, were fortunate enough to walk the stage, and I ain't never seen them, Mexicans any happier.
Yeah, and quite a speech. Yeah, he nailed it right off the bat. I'm gonna talk about my hat of the week. It's provided by Killer Grillers and my friend Brian Teeters. If you'll see that, they, he shared it yesterday when I put it out, and I think his team just filled the ballot box, and I mean it was just a runaway by 11:30 today. I just didn't even have to count. It was quite a stretch out there. Kevin says, I was with Team Picking and Grilling with Scotty Chun. We took 6 whole hog and what a great week it was. Yeah, man. Congratulations to y'all. To knock out the winners, it was Blues Hog and Shoulder. Is that right?
Blues Hog and Shoulder.
Blues Hog and Shoulder.
Now, Blues Hog, if y'all don't know who Blues Hog is, this team was, it ain't just the sauce company.
Yeah.
The guys that own Blues Hog is Tim Shear. And Tim Shear, if you ain't ever heard of Tim Shear, he's shaking bake in the KCBS circuit.
Okay.
So he's like the man in KCBS. And then if he ain't the man, then his partner Brad Liniger, he's getting basted.
Yeah, that's right.
So between the two of them, they are kind of a force to be reckoned with.
They can kind of cook a little bit.
And it kind of got a little disheartened when I pulled in. They moved us about 4 spots down. They in my old spot.
They was in the old spot. I forgot you said that.
And I told them, I said, y'all got a good lucky spot.
They had the mojo, the mojo.
They didn't need that though. Them boys are good cooks.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't take nothing away from them. Joey Machado works for Blues Hog now. Joey helped keep everything organized and neat and pretty, and he's understood the Memphis and May a little bit more. Been there a few more times, so really helped expedite and sort of concierge their way through the process. Mm-hmm. They handled most of the cooking, and Joey kind of handled everything else.
That's right.
And that's the way I saw it from the outside looking in, anyway.
Yeah, and they were very successful. Number 1 in the world in shoulder, and then in ribs, we had Bluff City, along
First
with
place.
Central City Barbecue,
mm-hmm.
out of New Orleans, right?
That's right. James Cruz.
Yeah, James Cruz.
He's the head guy anyway.
Head guy, and you had Travis McGee was on that team also with Team M Grills, and the owner and developer of M Grills out there in Dallas. So it was good to see him. And
that was another proud papa moment too, because those guys in 2019, I did a presentation class for them right here at the test kitchen.
Oh, really?
And
they called you out a little bit, didn't they?
They did, and we did a full on Memphis and May presentation class for them right here. And in 2019, they got third.
Yeah. And
they came right back in double final and won it.
I'm gonna tell you, it was a few of those thanks to Mark Lambert's. I heard.
If you can't win, that's just about better than winning in my book.
I'm gonna tell you who else's name I heard called out a lot.
Who's that? God,
our Lord and Savior.
You sure did.
Was probably called out more than this year than I'd ever heard ever, and it was just something different about this year, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. We started out with Cook's Church Saturday morning, and had a really good turnout for that, and man, it was just something. But I'm gonna tell you the greatest thing. And we'll bring in Dusty just to talk about that and the crew. The greatest scene right before our guys and gals from Hometown Barbecue had made finals. How many people would you say showed up and helped them with their tent?
There was 25, 30 people.
Yeah, and just stood out there and cheered while the final judges were coming out. So if you get a chance, go back and look at that. It's really really heartwarming and good to see barbecue family do that. And
I'll tell you, the day started out right.
The day started out right. We was winning before we even started. Ain't that right?
The day started out, y'all. If y'all ever been long ago, Jeff Pickett-Fidicious, he started Give It to God Barbecue.
Yeah.
Barbecue team, and he was he finally found Jesus and turned his life to the Lord and started ministering to people and sort of, I'm gonna call it preaching, but trying to find lost souls and doing Sunday services at truck stops.
Yeah.
And he found his wife, and his wife started doing it with him and playing music, and they started going around the country doing Cook's Church at barbecue contest. When they go to a barbecue contest, because they knew that a lot of those cooks wouldn't make it to church on Sunday. Yeah. They thought they'd bring church to cook, and then they would find a time that morning to have a Cook's Church, which was just a short devotional amongst believers to gather, a little prayer time. It's really just a little bit of thanks and a little bit of motivation, and to get to see and fellowship with other believers that are out there cooking.
And it kind of helps get your mind right, because a lot of these cooks were already stressed out about what's going to happen that day or whatever. Didn't I get my hog right? Is my hog, where it needs to be, or my shoulders, or I'd already put ribs on, or that is going to be right. And then you come out there and you talk about Jesus a little bit and pray with other believers, and it kind of puts it all into perspective. It's like, man, we're just cooking a hog. And if they like it, they like it. And if they don't, they don't.
Yeah. So when Jeff's not around to do Cook's Church, I try to charge as many people as I know to do Cook's Church. And there's a handful of guys around the country, when they're at a contest, they're going to hold Cook's Church. And it's just, just wait, and good Lord will put on your heart what to say. Yeah. And whoever else is there, they'll do the same. But we just did coffee and donuts, invited whoever wanted to show up. say a quick little devotional, something, a quick prayer for people that need praying for, and then we went on our way. And guess what? It worked because good Lord shined on a lot of our friends that day.
That's right. That's right. And a lot of those people had some really good success that day.
Absolutely.
And so one thing, and also leading into Cook's Church and talking about that, I try to make a habit of doing steak church whenever there's a SCA event. If I'm there, we're gonna have steak church at
Absolutely.
my tent 30 minutes before the Cooks meeting. So anytime you're at a SCA event with me, we're gonna have steak church. I'm gonna put it out there. So we're gonna have us a good time and talk a little bit about Jesus before we have the pleasure of going out there and cooking steak.
The way I look at it, if nothing else, if there's somebody that's uh, contemplating going to church, they're contemplating giving their life to the Lord, they're contemplating changing their ways, or they maybe they quit going, maybe they're a believer and they quit going, and all of a sudden they see somebody that they know that they didn't know was a believer.
Yeah.
Or they see somebody they didn't have any idea was a Christian that's there, and then all of a sudden gives them a little more confidence to come in and talk and pray and feel more comfortable. Then if it gives them that little bit of more comfort, it gives them to bring them in and gets them over the hump a little bit.
Yeah.
That's you don't need anything more than that.
One thing, man, y'all need to go back and watch our video from live at Memphis in May. I know the camera was shaky. It went out one time. Audio might not be, but some great. I mean, we saw people. Jody Flanagan from Rec Tech. Mm-hmm. We talked to him a little bit. Go check it out if you're interested in a Rec Tech grill. Go see them. Call me, whatever. If you want to ask my opinion, I have 2 of them on my back porch. I'll be glad to tell you. And then we saw the 2019 SCA points champion in Matt Overson, Mr. Wicked Pig himself. And then we saw the 2020 points champion, Sandy Brown, and got to talk to her for a little bit. They were, of course, shining those rings. And then in the tent, of course, same tent was Eric Hodson, was the 2017 world champion. We had 3 world champions.
A lot of talent boys not out that day.
Yeah. We had 3 world champions right there all together. And so it's all good. And we're going to bring Dusty and Holly and Caroline on to talk a little bit about Memphis and May.
Their experience and whole hog and winning, and then following it up with a runner up and just get their take on how that all went down.
I'm gonna set my microphone back here on the table, and y'all come in and join us. And
I can go way on back.
Y'all come on in and join us. They got their team shirts looking all nice.
It's the Hometown Angels right here.
The Hometown Angels, all right. Well, y'all just tell me what was your. I mean, I know what your thoughts are. I always talk about sports. Sports reporters, somebody just won the Super Bowl or something. What are you feeling right now? That kind of thing. I'm like, of course you know what they're feeling right now, but now we've had time to reflect on it a little bit. Tell me what your thoughts were, what was rolling through your mind, and really what was going on in that old ticker right there when you saw all those people out there cheering for you.
That was really cool. All the other teams showed up with their garnishes and their flowers and stuff. That was just really heartwarming.
How soon after the announcement of finals did all that stuff start flying in?
Just 2 minutes. Yeah.
About 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And they wanted to make sure y'all had plenty of bags of B&B charcoal and wood outside and flowers. And I mean, they went and got the grass from the Rec Tech tent and put out the artificial grass and put out in front of y'all. I mean, just the people that were cheering for y'all, guys from the shed, their whole team. Yeah, 3 taxi guys, boys night out. Just all came around and helped and was.
We've talked about it, but we've all agreed that we won right there.
That's no doubt. No
That's
doubt.
Right. It didn't matter what.
It didn't matter what the judges said, what the final scores were. That y'all won right there.
I get chills just watching the video again and just thinking about it, it just warms my heart that everybody showed up for us, and we're gonna be there for them when their name gets called. For sure.
That's right. It's barbecue
And
family.
then they all came in and prayed with us, and
Yep.
that was really cool too. We got some really cool pictures of that.
That literally calmed our team down because we were 110 to 0 when you came in and prayed for us, and we all huddled up there. That I think everybody just had an even, calm feeling at that point. We knew what we had to do after that.
It's either I'm sweating or my eyes are sweating. Crying. Y'all got me teared up, but it was an honor for me to be able for y'all to ask me that. So asked me to do that. So it was an honor, and y'all know y'all are family to me, and
It meant the world to us.
and I'm glad to be part of it. That picture, and I put it on Facebook today. That picture blown up, and us circled around. That picture of us circled around is gonna find a way to get framed and on my wall somewhere in the barbecue cave or steak cave or whatever. But I just enjoy that so much, and
we had a gentleman that was from a team across the way and saw that. He came over to us and he said, "I'm a godly man." He said, "That right there meant everything to me to see that y'all did that." And that just so it didn't affect just us; it affected everybody there.
Well, my eyes sweat.
Yeah, that's right. My eyes are sweating. But I'm gonna tell you, that's what as believers, if somebody sees a little bit about what we need to do and what we're supposed to do, then maybe it's gonna twinge at somebody's heart and say, "Hey, man, maybe I need to do something different."
Yeah, and what it takes when you get family together and comes together like that.
And they knew that when people saw that, they knew who the winners were, no matter what somebody said, and that we were winning the game, a totally different game, but we were winning the game that day, no matter what. I told you we started the game off the day off right,
We did.
and we ended it the right way too. So
I'm the same way when we didn't make top 10 and you hear people saying your name on stage. It's like,
okay, because we've
Good
affected.
day.
All we're supposed to do in this world is how can we affect other people's lives in a positive way? And you've done that through your mentorship and through that. And if we show it in a Christian love and come to people that way, and maybe not, it was an honor for me to come up there with y'all. And if that affected y'all in some way, then I've done what I was supposed to do, and we've all done what we're supposed to do.
Well, our team could have been up there, and we all understand we couldn't send the whole team up there. But I'll be honest with you, Mark would have been right there with us because he's been my mentor and a lot of our mentors, and it's helped me tremendously. And I mean, I can't thank him enough for what all he's done for our team.
I tell you what, it wasn't no better satisfaction. Look, we finished building the blind box, and we finished on-site judging for shoulders, and I gathered something to drink, took off down there and walked in, and Dusty and Scott are sitting there, and they've got the meat on the counter. You got the box there, and Scott's cutting up meat, and he goes, "Ham's over there." I reached over and grabbed it and went, "Oh, okay, that's nice." He goes, "Well, there's a bunch more of us that I don't need any more than this." And it was just a handful of ham. It was all one piece, and I just pulled it apart, literally, and tucked one end of it under, run it through their little pot of dip, and set it in the box. And I went, "Okay,
Perfect.
You do the rest."
That's it.
That's
it.
That's pretty good right there. He goes, "You don't need any more?" I went, "No, that's pretty good right there." And then he put the other chunks, and he put the loin in, and we just sauced it up and turned it in. And man, I'm telling you, that box was money. The loin and everything. I mean, it was a perfect hog.
Holly, you have a admirer. It says, "Who's the pretty blonde?" I can bet you can tell who that came from.
So this was my first time competing at Memphis in May.
Oh yeah.
I'd never competed at Memphis in May before. And when we were up there getting ready for the judges, I looked out and I saw Mark. And it was all I could do not to cry.
Yeah.
Because like Dusty said, he has been a huge mentor to me.
Yeah.
And I saw him out there and I'm about to open up right now.
Yeah.
It was just cool when you walk up to that pit and you see that beautiful pig, first of all, all that garnish, all the flowers and all the like the edible garnish, all the flowers made out of apples and this and that. It's
That
like,
was Holly.
Yeah.
wow.
I'm gonna tell you, Holly was working on that when I came up with Mark, and Mark was inside helping them with the box or looking at their blind box, and Holly goes, and I said, I'm gonna take a picture. She goes, okay. So then a couple hours later, she goes, hey, send me that picture because you probably are the only one that got one.
Yeah.
So when you know,
We get in the zone and we forget
you get
to
in a
take
zone,
pictures.
you don't even think
Yeah.
about it. I was
I
like,
didn't have any. I didn't
Yeah.
have any pictures.
I didn't
It
have
was-
a picture of nothing.
it was a beautiful pig, and I've had more people comment on that picture that I posted on Facebook than it was like, oh, that's a good looking hog right there. So
Well, it takes every person on that team. I mean, it's you know, you take when we said this in 19, if you take one piece of that puzzle out, it didn't work.
yeah,
I mean, it took everybody in there that everybody has a skill set, and that's what makes all those pieces come
Yeah.
together to make a perfect team to do what we did. So
and also y'all had a little more success than just number 2 in the world on a whole hog. What was the other division y'all did good in?
We did the exotic category and won that.
Exotic, number 1 in the world in exotic.
That ain't the first time that dish is rocked out there.
It is not. It's the second time
Now
that one
tell
has won
me
it there.
what y'all came up with there.
We did a bison tenderloin, and I think that's all I can say without consulting the lawyers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Or-
can tell you that I ate all the leftovers
Yeah.
of
they were great.
everything but the bison.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Bison
quit
was
eating it.
great.
Okay.
It was money.
So bison tenderloin with some kind of secret something on it
That you couldn't quit eating.
that you couldn't quit eating. All right, I'll live with that. So, because I think I know. So I didn't get to have any of it, but I think I know.
I can make it for you some. That's my company dish.
Good deal.
Mhm.
All right. Word. I can live with that.
It
But
might go good on that chicken too.
yeah.
Guarantee.
Guarantee it's probably good on that chicken. But I want to thank y'all for coming on. But also just want to thank you for your friendship and just congratulations again.
And from what I understand, Carolyn was the night person.
She was.
She watched the hog
Thank
overnight.
She did.
You did? Oh wow, I didn't
She
know
stayed.
that.
She stayed there overnight. And
She was
watched
a
the
trooper?
hog.
Yeah, Caroline's on the night team.
She was the
Oh,
night team and
nice.
watched the hog all
The
night
night shift.
long.
We came in the
What
next
time
day
did you have to
and
change the
everything
sausage
was
out on
ready
the
for us
pig?
to go.
3.
At 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
What temperature was the loins when you had to do that?
160.
See, I mean,
Look at there. Pitmaster knows, right? Pitmaster knows.
and then she had to wrap it all by herself and everything.
No, Dustin was there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Dustin.
They did that. part.
Dustin was there.
Yeah.
But
we got to make sure credit gets split.
well, we thank y'all, and again, we know y'all are family, and y'all are family amongst y'all's team, but you're also our family too. And man, just congratulations! Couldn't happen to better folks, really.
Winner and runner up in whole hog, the biggest and onlyest world championship hog cooking contest in the world.
That's right. So, in the last 2 times they've had Memphis in May, you're looking at the champion and the runner up.
It's
right?
our only 2. That's our first and second time.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm talking about the
Get
last
some of
2.
that.
Yeah.
The last 2 Memphis and Mays that happened.
Yeah.
This is the champion and the runner up.
Just goes to show you, with good friends and a good team, what you can do.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
We're blessed.
And a mentor.
And a man.
And
Thank you.
he's mentored a lot of people. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
If you
Yeah.
can't, if you've got a gift and you can't share it, then it ain't no good.
That's right. And that brings up our Sherin sauce.
Absolutely.
Because if you got good stuff, let's share it. You know. And let's share it to our friends and our family, and that's exactly what the heart was behind Sherin sauce, and it was that's the whole point of it right there. What we got on? We got some chicken cooking,
Mhm.
but later on, what are we doing? Where are we at? 372. The internal chicken is 110, 111. So we got a little bit.
Climbing quick, but it's only been on 30 minutes.
That's right. So we're about
Not
about
even 30
45 minutes, 50 minutes on this.
It'll be a 45-minute bird.
Okay.
45 to 50-minute bird.
Yeah. And then
Buck
so
wants out again.
Buck wants out.
Come on.
So, but we got a little project tonight. What we got going on tonight?
So we had we're in Marshall County, and we had a Marshall County deputy sheriff get hit by a car in 2020.
Oh,
And he's been out of work and out of service. And what was his name? Dustin Allen.
Dustin Allen.
Was
okay.
on where was it on what highway on? He's on Highway 78.
Oh, is that when he was pinned? The guy that was pinned against the car? Under the car. Okay.
So yeah, and he's been out of work and haven't been able to work, and I'm sure disability and stuff only lasts so long. So
yeah,
he's got a real good group of friends that came to me and asked if we could help them raise money.
yeah.
And decided they wanted to sell butts, and so the department sold tickets for pork butts, and we're going to about 300 pork butts overnight tonight, and then the group's going to come back tomorrow around noon or so, and we're going to chop and pan, and they sold half pans of pulled pork essentially.
I got you.
And to raise money for Dustin.
Okay.
Dustin, right? Yeah.
Dustin.
So we're going to do that tonight, and we're blessed to get to do that. We've got some cookers out there. We can run about 300 butts on overnight, and shouldn't have to really. We're not like Caroline. We don't have to stay up and watch the pig overnight. We can go home, and we got this thing's going to run on its own. We don't have to touch it. We don't have to slave and probe and wrap like Caroline did.
Riley Steak Princess Wright has chimed in. We got to see her at Memphis in May.
We did.
She said, "Hey, Mr. Mark and Mr. Ashley." Riley, she's one of the top-notch people out
Absolutely.
there.
Her family in general.
Her family in general, all together. And I saw her pictures from Memphis in May. She was helping the shed big. She was, doing top-notch stuff from a lot of people, and she was all around the. I think this was her first experience at Memphis in May, and I think she.
Oh, she got full on it, yeah.
Full on it for sure. That little girl is gonna have a big future in her hands.
Man, if I'd have started out cooking when I was her age, I can't. I mean, ain't no telling what I could do.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim says, do they have all the half pans sold?
I do believe they have, probably more than they even have. So
yeah. Yep. Somebody said, how much are they? How much is a half pan? I'll come get one tomorrow. But I think they pre-sold everything. We're gonna film us load all these 300 butts.
We're starting to anyway. The beginning of it.
Yeah, we're gonna show y'all how to load it up and kind of season, and we'll put out a YouTube video here lately, y'all. Here pretty soon, y'all just stay tuned to that.
Thanks to Old Hickory Pits for what their pits and what they do to help us raise money, fundraising. Those pits are going to run all night. You can put 100 butts or 96 really on there at one time. Turn the knob, drop some wood, and go.
That's right. Jana May says that's a lot of butts. I do agree.
There's a pallet full of them back there.
There was a lot back there. There was a lot back there. Hey, we got these nifty, swifty, old school with Mark and Ashley stickers here, decals. If y'all would like one of those, just send me your address to trippleggrillers@gmail.com. trippleggrillers@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to drop y'all some in the mail. So just let me know. And also, back to my hat, I forgot to tell you that Killer Grillers did come in 8th in the world in ribs. And so that was the first time that Brian Teeters had cooked with his team. And he cooked as Killer Grillers back in South Haven and Springfest and years back. Then he was with Victory Lane for a while. And so he brought his old KGs back, went to Memphis in May, came in 8th in ribs in the world. So congratulations.
Steve, that was a feat. Memphis in May, if y'all had, they had a little program glitch. They had a new judging program.
Yeah.
And when it hit ribs, it sent like multiple judges to one site at a time.
At the same time, right?
And when they saw that, they pulled the plug. They were already teams in the middle of their first judge. And they pulled everybody back. And it took them 2 hours to get judges back on site. And if you can adjust and overcome and be able to get ribs, good ribs back in front of a judge 2 hours later, whether you've had to holding ribs that long is just darn near impossible.
Yeah.
If you had some on for finals, then maybe you did that, and then maybe you put some more on. I don't know, but I can only imagine
I
the
don't know.
frustration and the
Yeah.
headbanging that went on when people realized that it was 2 hours before they were judged. That was a hard pill to swallow. But some of those guys did it, and they did it flying colors. And the ones, there's no surprise. The ones that are good cooks and that do well did well again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and also I got plenty of hats. People were handing me hats to wear down there, and so I thank you for everybody that gave me hats. I got this one down there. I got Smokehouse Bayou. I got some Team B&B. I got some other hats down there. But if you have a hat you'd like me to wear or be in the voting for, send it right here to Sweet Swine of Mine Distributing, 113 Edwards Road, Byhalia, Mississippi.
38611.
There you go. I can tell you all of that except the zip every time. Every time. So if you'd like to send it care of Ashley's hat or whatever, just let me know what it is. I got a cool hat from Redneck Barbecue Labs. That's fixing to be in the mix. And then the S&P sombrero is going to have to be in the mix in here pretty soon. So I can't wait for that. Those stickers are awesome, Riley says. Did you get yours? Did you make it home with yours? If not, I'll send you some more. You mean the jurors? Sleepy barbecue? Tell me what you mean. I'm not sure. People, sometimes your chat has to be explanatory a little bit, especially for me. One thing is that we saw, and we'd like to see the patio division come back to Memphis and May, and open it up a little bit more, because I'd like to see more first time cooks at Memphis and May. I'd like to see more first time cooks in SCA. Don't be intimidated by who's out there with you. Come on, we'll take care of you. If you need something, come to this guy, or Dusty, or anybody else. And you got any questions, we'd love to mentor somebody else, because somebody poured into us. We need to pour into somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the old Timothy and Paul thing. You know what I'm saying? Paul poured into Timothy, that kind of thing. So we need to pour into somebody else. So don't be intimidated by all these big names, these big cookers, and all this stuff. Come join the fun, because it is fun and it is family. And don't be, because I'm going to tell you, when I stepped out to Memphis in May and you see all these big rigs and people spending a lot of money and all this, it kind of got a little intimidating for me. And then I started meeting some people, and it felt okay. Especially you go out to a SCA cook, and there's people that do it every weekend. And there's the Marty Plutes and the John Lindsay's and the Ronald Burns and the world champions Matt Overson and Eric Hodson. And you're like, man,
they're just real people. That's all.
That's it. They're just real people. And they have to cook the same way you have to cook. And somebody has to judge against what you're cooking. And you might win or you might not. But we've had some really good success, and we'll be willing to help somebody else, man. Whatever y'all need, just anytime you need something, come to me. Brent Little, man, from Pig Diamond. He's a good cook. He killed it for sure. It was great hanging out with you, Brent. He showed me his. Man, we're gonna have him on sometime. He cooked some blue wings. Have you seen these things?
Mm-hmm.
I think Nakia filmed some footage of him, but man, he uses like blue taquitas and Powerade and some kind of blue maple syrup. I'm like, come on, dude, whatever. Out of bounds. He said he's got more miles on his red box. He took it to Brazil.
Mm-hmm. He lived in Sao Paulo for years.
Yeah, and he took his red box with him to Brazil. And Memphis Blue Wings is what Brent Little said. Speaking of hashtags, I almost forgot, dude. We're starting our What's in Your Red Box contest.
Absolutely.
we haven't talked about this, and we need to hashtag Red Box Smoker. And so send pictures to us, put them on your Facebook page, send them directly to Sweet Swine of Mine or Old School's Facebook page, hashtag Red Box Smoker. And
What's in your red box?
Show us what's going on in your red box. What are you cooking? What's crazy? What's going on? And we're going to have some kind of contest. And let's see, by the end of June, you want to say that?
Mm-hmm.
By the end of June, we're going to come up with a prize. Y'all just show us what you got, and we'll come up with a prize. And then we already have our next contest. We won't let anybody in on that yet. Maybe we should sometime soon, because it might take a minute for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you, the bar is set pretty high for that next contest.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you've ever seen, I'm just going to give a clue. Can I give a clue?
Yeah.
I'll just say, because I'm like a little
I don't
kid.
care.
All right. The next contest is going to be Pimp My Red Box. We saw a yellow red box.
Painted like a taxi cab.
Painted like a taxi cab. 3 taxi guys. Next week, I'm going to try to have it on the screen where y'all could see it. But this was crazy. And so we got Pimp My Red Box is our next contest. But I'm telling you, the stage is, the bar is pretty high. I want to see the craziest setup ever on y'all's red box. See what you can do. Make it yours. And
we will have a cool prize for the winner of what's in your red box. And if you have to post a picture of it, what's in your red box, and hashtag Red Box Smoker to enter. And we want to see some good pictures of what you're cooking on your red box. I mean, Hank Couch is the king of it. He'll cook a squirrel.
He's had squirrel, raccoon, everything, squirrel pizza.
Yeah.
And look, he said, when I said something about having what's in my red box contest, he said, "Oh, I'm good at that." And I said, "You were one of the first people we talked about." So, Hank's going to have it. His stakes pretty high, too, on that. Joey Strong says, Mark Lambert, Ashley Henson, love y'all. Y'all are awesome. Man, we love you too, brother. And also, we met, I did. Mark's really good friends with him already, but I had the pleasure of meeting Joey Smith with Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. And,
I love Joey and Cassie.
Yeah, Joey, they're really good people. And this is one of Mark's good friends that he's cooked with him at Houston Livestock Rodeo and all that. But we're talking about Joey Smith and his Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. Y'all go out and try to support that organization. They do really good things for veterans. They have competitions, and these guys kind of get them back in with a hobby of sorts, and teach them how to
veterans with PTSD, it's just sort of an escape.
Yeah,
it's like fishing or
hunting or whatever.
It's an escape for someone that has depression or post-traumatic stress disorder. Just a way for them to escape. Thinking about those things and thinking about times of war and all the stress that goes with it and what you've been through. It's just a way to step away and focus on something that you're passionate about and that you love with some really good people.
Yeah.
And they bring the veterans in and teach them about barbecue and how to do competitions and then even set them up to where they can do it on their own and keep them going on their own.
And they've gotten some really good support from companies like RecTech and Old Sweet Swine of Mine, like Mark Lambert, and where they've donated cookers and grills to actually give the veteran their own cooker. So how y'all can go out and support Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation with Joey Smith, man. And also Joey Smith makes some heck of rubs too.
Shoot, yeah. Texas Chrome rubs and sauces.
That GPS is where it's at.
Yeah, if y'all had never made just an old school pork butt with some GPS just on the pit, unwrapped, and cook it to 185, 190 degrees, rough slice, rough chop.
And put that on some Texas toast with some gravy on
onion gravy.
You know what I was thinking.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. And don't fry up some French fries and put it beside it and let some of that onion gravy grease on over there to the fries.
Some cheese curds and whatnot.
what you said. All right, so man, we just been having a good time, and we've recapped Memphis in May a little bit. Well, we've had the second place team in whole hog. We've talked about our friends from Mexico
And Sherin sauce.
and Sharon sauce.
So y'all, this is a, there's a lot of typical rubs I'm gonna say out there. There's the Sherin products are a little further, a little different.
Yeah,
You taste this real quick. Tell me what you think. It's got a little more herb in it.
yeah,
It's got all the sweet and the salt that most of them have, but it's got a lot more subtle herbaceous sweetness that hangs in.
yeah. Kind of sticks with you a little bit,
Sticks with you a
but
little
in
bit.
a good way.
So I'm going to say we're going to see how it comes out on this chicken, but it's got enough herbs for chicken. It's got just enough sweet and salt for ribs or pork butts. It's pretty good universal. I mean, you could put this on a dang, peanut butter cookie if you wanted to.
Popcorn,
Doesn't really matter, but
salad.
It's a good all around barbecue rub. They call it Sherin Spice, but you can use it for a lot of different things. Their sauces, they've got an original and they've got a spicy version. The spicy is my favorite.
Yeah,
But they're thinner than your typical barbecue sauces.
I wouldn't really even say it's a barbecue sauce. It's kind of an all-purpose sauce.
It's a dipping sauce.
It's a dipping sauce. And if you take you a bag of Ruffles and open that dude up and then tear it down that seam and pour that on them Ruffles, you ain't doing a bad thing.
Yeah, same thing. Like Ubon's barbecue, they've got they call it. It's not called a barbecue sauce. It's called the dipping sauce.
Yeah,
Same thing. It's got theirs has lots of onion bits in it, and
Yeah.
theirs is totally different than anybody else's.
yeah,
And both of these companies are from the Delta,
that's right.
and the Delta is notorious for stepping outside the box.
That's right.
And this is a dipping sauce, just like the Ubon sauce. Totally different flavor profile, not designed to be a thick coating sauce, but it's something that can go good with an appetizer plate, go good as with a pork loin, or just as good a dipping sauce with
Grill in this good stuff. But tonight we're going to feature the
stuff.
white, and that's their newest product. You sell it here at SSOMD.
Right.
I've got it at Big Muddy Outdoors at 6295 Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
And I'll tell you, there's a lot of good white sauce recipes out there. If you Google Alabama white barbecue sauce,
Yeah,
you're going to see a lot of recipes, and probably the popular one's Big Bob Gibson's.
that's right.
His sauce his recipe is great. I like this one personally out of the bottle better than his out of the bottle. The homemade recipe I like better than any of them because I can kind of make it my own.
That's right.
But as far as being able to walk in and buy a white sauce, I haven't found one yet that's any better. And with chicken and with pizza and things like that, it's
Salad dressing.
yeah, you can do a lot of things with it. You can make this your own
Yeah,
by adding a little extra vinegar, a little oil, a little bit of different flavors, black garlic and roasted garlic and lemon, and you can kind of turn it into a good creamy dressing that you can toss with croutons and things like that. I mean, I can see that all day long.
yeah.
Even add a little anchovy, and you almost kind of come up with a good
It's a little
Caesar.
Caesar. Yeah,
And
that's
some
exactly what
Parmesan.
I was thinking. Some good romaine lettuce and Parmesan cheese. You got you a good Caesar.
Man, we should have done that.
Man, throwing some
I'm on
chicken
the
in
lean
there.
and green meal right now, and that would go perfect with this chicken. That bit of herbs ain't gonna go down so easy.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. You wouldn't start with that.
That's a little fibers, huh? But
Chips
this
in a
is,
bag full of sauce. Now you're talking. Kevin Bongard said chips and yeah, I'm with you on that. If you like, there's some other sauce that I ate with some chips not too long ago.
which one?
That mess in Texas mess.
Texas hot mess.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this dude right here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a good one right here too. We're gonna have to cook something soon with this. It's from Redneck Barbecue Labs. This hot Texas mess. And man, I know you just didn't bring one cup over here. You gonna line out some vinegar shots?
Gotta have some vinegar.
You gonna line out some vinegar shots and only bring one?
Y'all, we do this every once in a while. This is North Carolina sauce, and it's Redneck Barbecue Labs. Their North Carolina vinegar sauce,
Yeah.
and it's good for sipping. I love it.
Or shooting.
And
I don't drink anymore, so this is about as close as I can get right here with some vinegar sauce, and we'll line it all day. I could do that.
It's one of my favorite sauces in the world. I love vinegar, and I love barbecue and vinegar sauce. It's absolutely wonderful. There's a new product out too, y'all, that we just got in here. It's from Al Frugoni. It's a chimichurri seasoning, and it's just a dry mix. So
and we met that guy.
we did. He was cooking all kinds of fancy
He
stuff
had
in front
a
of sugar
crazy
fire.
thing that he built in like Argentina or something. He's from Argentina, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he had this crazy thing with chicken football and hanging pineapple over the top of it. And I mean, it was crazy. Where are we at on our chicken?
Man, that's what I was looking to see where we're at. 152 degrees is almost done.
Almost done.
So I'm gonna give you a recipe, and this is we talked about pork belly with taco one. You can do this with pulled pork, any type of good fatty pork dish. This is going to work good because it's got the acid to cut through it.
Yeah.
So one part of this chimichurri seasoning, and it's just dry herbs. Then one part of this vinegar sauce, North Carolina vinegar sauce, and then 2 parts of a good quality olive oil.
Yeah.
And it makes up this wonderful barbecue chimichurri. And you put that on some pulled pork in a corn tortilla with some fresh cilantro and onions.
Yeah.
And maybe some jalapeno if you like it spicy. And I tell you, we did that here at the contest, our state contest we had earlier in the year in April, and it went wild. When we got this in, it sold out immediately. So if you guys want to try something cool, barbecue chimichurri is a pretty darn good thing to try out with your family.
And I know, like a couple weeks ago, we said we had Wilsonshire, and now we don't have Wilsonshire, but we got Wilsonshire coming, and we got 200 gallons coming this time.
8 days, we'll have 400 cases.
8 days. All right, so 200 gallons coming this time, and so we got 30 gallons in last time, so we're hoping we're not going to run out for a little while. But hey, we just put us a double order in, and that's what we'll need to do.
Another thing we want to show y'all is going to showcase.
Shane, Lynn.
We use it all the time. This is really high quality, resilient, disposable paper cutting boards from Smoking Smokers.
Yeah.
Now we in this full size. They're like 18 by 22.
And now they got them in the halfsies.
We got them in the half size, which is perfect for your steak guys. 11 by 14s. This fits in your steak box a little better.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys that will lay this on the side of the table and they'll just cut it in half. I just tell you that ain't good for your trimming knife.
Yeah.
It's better just going about a half size as they fit in your steak box really well. It's the same material, but for steak, you just don't need this huge board. You can cut them in half or you can buy them half size. We're going to use this to finish our chicken on.
Kevin says, a shot of vinegar sauce. Ashley, how are we doing on that chicken? Y'all are a hoot. Man, we try, but I don't drink anymore. This is high on life and high on Jesus. That's all I need to be. I don't need no alcohols.
So y'all too, on our next run of Wilsonshire, not this one coming in 8 days, but coming again.
Yeah.
We got 1,000 pounds of seasoning. We're not going to run out. We got lots of bottles. We are sending 2 George Dickel whiskey barrels up to the plant.
Ooh.
They are going to take and fill said whiskey barrel with Wilsonshire.
Oh.
And we will have, and 3 weeks after that, we'll have our bourbon barrel aged signature
Little Spavinol Reserve. Little Spavinol Squirrel Reserve there for Mr. Joe Wilson. And man, yeah.
So that'll be coming up probably in about 8 neighborhood of how long that'll take.
So we got the special edition label coming for that, and we got that special edition special reserve Little Spavinol Squirrel Reserve Wilsonshire. Can't wait, man. That's gonna be good.
If y'all hadn't had Wilsonshire, it's essentially Worcestershire that's all jacked up, meaning it's super intense.
Jacked up in a good way, not jacked up in a bad way.
It's super intense. It's super sweet. It's really sweet, spicy, and intense, much more so than any of the other Worcestershire.
What is the white sauce? I can't see it. Robert, there it is right there, buddy. Front and center, Sherin sauce white. You get that at SSOMD. You say you saw it on Old School. We'll do the Old School 15% off. Just this week, you'll get Sherin sauce off 15% off because it is the product of the week.
So how long did it take us from the time we went live to the time we put chicken in the box? You think I'm going to say it was what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, from the time we started to the time you put it in, I would say 10 to 15 minutes. And we've been on an hour right now.
So we're right at an hour. So that's a 45-minute, about a 45-minute.
About a 45-minute bird.
It's 160 degrees hitting on it right now.
And that grill is humming at 405.
405. So what we'll do, y'all, is we will pull out the old Insta-Read thermometer.
Sleeper Barbecue says, can it be used as a binder?
What's that? The white
the
sauce?
sauce?
I don't see why it couldn't.
Man,
people use mayonnaise all the time. It's a mayonnaise-based sauce.
Yeah.
So, y'all, this is our PT100 Maverick Insta-Read. We're going to check this dude, and I'll let you
Robert
know
Stoker
here.
said, thank you, man. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you watching. You pick up some Sherin sauce. Man, what's going on? Oh, I see 169, 174.
Yeah, I went through it.
You went all the way through it. 174.
It's a little. That probe might be a little off, but we'll see.
A little off, okay. Well, I'm a little off too. No. Can Wilsonshire be used as a binder?
I wouldn't see why not. We've used it on steaks before.
That's
so
right.
Is to bind your seasoning on steaks.
That's right. And it's Wilsonshire, not Winstonshire. Wilson. Joe Wilson from over in Bentonville, Arkansas. Ain't that right?
Near about Hiawassee or Gravit.
Hiawassee or Gravit. Isn't that right? I'm the number one fan of a man from Hiawassee.
That's him.
Yep.
All right. It's time.
Gotcha. He says, oh, it's time. Look at that
It
bird.
got a little crispy on the very top because we hit the 400.
We did hit the 400. We're going to get it out of bed, out of that herb bed. We got the necks and the gizzards and all that stuff.
Giblets and such.
Giblets and such. Let me get the sauce out of the way. We're going to have this open one right here. I want y'all to see this chicken.
We got a few errant herbs.
Yeah. Stuck on it.
We got a little crispy on top there, but you know what? It ain't too much.
That's going to be my favorite part of the skin right there.
So you can see it's got a real pretty color to it.
Man, yeah.
It's got wonderful
Smell.
herbs. And that right there.
Look at there.
Clear juices. So all you do, y'all, when you get ready to butcher this bird, it's laying out to where you can just take your leg quarters and flip them over. And really, you're just cutting through the skin at that point.
Yeah.
You got leg quarters.
It's gone.
And then you just cut through the skin and peel it right off. And you got your other leg quarter.
Well, it looks like that red box did excellent.
We split our wings where we got the flapper and the flat.
Kevin asked, Mark, did you have that on the center rack?
That was on the upper rack.
That was on the upper?
It might not have got so crispy there if I had had it on the center.
On the center.
So I'm going to ease in here, and my joint is somewhere in there for that wing.
Yeah.
And I missed it just barely. I'm going to hit that joint for that wing.
Missed it by that much.
Yep. I'm going to hit this one. Pull that little drummy off.
Yeah.
And then, y'all, we will just come right down through the middle, and we're going to split this breast. And then we can separate this little bit of meat. This little bit of bone from all of this meat. And that that's juicy right there, y'all.
Man, yeah.
So I'm going to debone this to where it's a little simpler to sample this breast.
We got some salivating people around here.
Yep.
I mean, just people just staring.
So I'm just going to separate this bone. All I'm doing, y'all, is just pulling the rib cage off the bottom of the breast.
Like a pack of dogs on a three-legged cat.
And then we're just going to cut this into some pieces. We're going to do the same thing over here. And cut that in half.
Man, you know that Sherin Ruff put some good, Sherin Spice put some good color on that bird.
Nice color. We're just going to separate those. And look here, y'all. We're just going to put all that together. We'll set our wings up here. We'll put our white meat in the middle. We'll set that down there where we don't need it no more. And take the top off of it there, Ash.
Yes, sir.
Now, we don't need these hot gloves no more. Now, typically, y'all, if I, was at home, I'd probably let this settle just a minute before I cut it, and we wouldn't have quite as much in the way of.
Let those juices kind of come back.
Yeah. We're just going to drizzle on a little of this Sherin white.
That looks good enough to eat right there, brother.
And there. I don't know about you. I'm a wang man. Good Lord.
Good gracious.
Crispy wing.
That's good. Skin good and crispy.
Yeah. Skin is super crispy.
I'm going to tell you, that breast is not dried out at all. I mean, there's nothing dry about that.
Y'all come over here and try some of this.
Hey.
Yay.
The good thing about cooking.
Oh, man.
The good thing about cooking is sharing with your friends and family. And that's what we like to do. Man, that's good.
Look, 45, 50-minute bird.
On the red box.
On the red box. A little Sherin sauce, a little Sherin spice.
Oh, speaking of eating on camera. dude, we went by U-Bonds. We went by U-Bonds during the Memphis and May show. And, man, she had some kind of lamb shoulder with some Mississippi pita.
Yeah.
White bread.
That's light bread.
That's some of that light bread. And some kind of cucumber.
Tzatziki sauce.
Tzatziki sauce. Good gracious, dude.
Well,
it was some kind of good.
I ain't scared.
I ain't scared.
I'm going to tell you, when you get some of that spice, it makes a difference. So,
yeah.
Let me a little there. I'm going to say, all we need, y'all, we just need to.
Yeah, sprinkle that back over the top.
I think we need a little more of this spice because whenever I got some of that skin that had that on there, it made a difference.
Yeah, it did. And then run it through that sauce right there.
That breast meat is soft and
yummy.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Well, I'm going to tell you, the red box did its job. The Sherin spice did its job. The white sauce definitely did its job. And, man, you can get all three of those items, the red box, the Sherin spice, and the white sauce, right here at ssomd.com.
If y'all wondering how we set the red box up for this,
yeah, go ahead.
B&B char logs, and we think we ran 7 B&B char logs lit in the chimney. That was running us a good 400 nonstop.
It don't take much of that.
No,
that B&B log, right?
We ran the dry heat diffuser with no water pan, and we let it come on up to about a little over 400. And you saw when we dropped that chicken in there, it's 45, 50 minutes, and you can pretty well count on that if you keep it under a 4-pound bird.
Yeah. So for the next,
wood too, yeah.
Yeah. What'd you use?
I used 2 barbecues. Mojo, they're from the Mojo Cubes, but they're called barbecues. The Mojo Cubes are little. These are the barbecues, the longs, and this was their competition, which is a cherry blend.
Yeah.
And I put 2 of those on there, so it's a really light, delicate smoke. Great for chicken.
Yeah. Kevin Bungard says Red Box has turned into the go-to cooker every weekend. Well, Kevin, good thing for you. We're having a contest going on. You show me what's on your Red Box. Use hashtag Red Box Smoker and send it to Old School with Mark and Ashley or Sweet Swine of Mine distributing page. We'll be glad to see that. And man, we're gonna give some good stuff away. And if you have any questions, anything at all on how to use the Red Box and anything, just
go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube because you got a lot of videos on that. And then also email us, send us questions, whatever you got. Be on the show next week. Send us a question live. We'll be glad to answer it. So, man, I'm a thigh guy. Man, you got that. You got that on all over you. You got that on me there.
Got a little zealous there.
Man, that was almost like that old comedian Gallagher. I needed the the cover plastic on the front row. You know what I'm talking about? When he smashed the watermelons.
Yep.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, you had to have a raincoat on.
Yeah.
Same deal.
Same deal. Man, as always, it's been a fun time tonight, and thanks for our live studio audience. There's no parting gifts, so sorry
Appreciate
about
our
that.
sponsors, which would be Townsend Spice and Supply, B&B Charcoal, Compart Family Farms. This was Springer Mountain Farms chicken we bought on our own, but it is some of the best chicken you can buy.
It is good.
And Sherin Sauce for
our
supporting
products
us
of the week.
as well.
And our products of the week, and y'all remember that. Take care of them. And man, Smart's in the smoker group and has always been awesome help. Yeah. Ask us on Facebook. That's be the best thing. Is in the box smoker group on Claudia Woods says love competing next to Team Mexican. Yeah, they were great people. And,
hey, Claudia, love competing next to Woods Custom.
Yeah, that's right. WCC was some nice neighbors. And first of all, next thing I want to say, and then we'll close it out. I want to say thank you to Sweet Swine of Mine Championship Barbecue Team for allowing me to take up a little tent room. And well, I don't take up a little tent room, but taking up some tent room. I appreciate it, and your hospitality was greatly
Glad to have you, brother.
And gladly enjoyed, and everybody was just very kind. And
what's the hashtag? Redbox Smoker.
Hashtag Redbox Smoker. You'll see me do that. Hashtag. That's a Saturday Night Live thing. Say it. Hashtag Redbox or Jimmy Fallon thing. They did
and
that.
Then the discount code for Sherin Sauce this week.
Old School 15.
There we go.
All right, man. It's fun as always. Good
Pleasure,
to be
brother.
back here. Love you too, brother. And y'all have a great week. And we'll see you next Thursday. Watch out what we're doing. We might do a little Memorial Day special show.
Never know what we're going to cook.
Man, y'all come check it out with us next Thursday night, 6:30, live on Facebook, YouTube. You know what to do. Share it to your friends, and we'll see you next week. Love God. Love people, y'all.
Peace out. Love you, man.
Amen. Love you too, brother.